Cash is a crime. Listen to me, because your financial future is bleeding out and you don't even know it. If you are sitting on a pile of cash in 2026 thinking you're safe, you are making a catastrophic mistake. You aren't being conservative, you're being a victim. They call me Mr. Wonderful because I embrace the cold, hard truth. And the truth is this: inflation is a silent killer, and in 2026, it is hungry. Every dollar you leave sitting in a savings account is a soldier that is being kidnapped, stripped of its power, and sent to die. You think that $100,000 in your bank is still $100,000? Math doesn't lie. With the way the world is moving, your purchasing power is evaporating. If you want to survive this year and actually grow your wealth, you need to stop hiding and start deploying. Stop the madness. You need to get out of cash and get into assets that actually fight back. 1. The inflation tax. Why your savings are shrinking. Let's be real. The government tells you inflation is under control. Do you believe them? Look at your grocery bill. Look at your energy costs. Look at the price of insurance. Everything is going up except the value of the paper in your wallet. Holding cash in 2026 is like trying to keep an ice cube in the middle of a desert. It's melting every second. If inflation is 5% and your bank is paying you 0.5%, you are losing 4.5% of your wealth every single year just for the privilege of being safe. That is a losing trade. I don't do losing trades, and neither should you. Your money needs to be out there working. It needs to be earning a yield that beats the cost of living. If it's not growing, it's dying. It's that simple. 2. The dividend engine. Cash flow is king. So what do? You move into quality dividends. I've said it 1,000 times. I will not own a stock that doesn't pay me to own it. Why would I? In a volatile market like 2026, I want a check in the mail every 90 days. I want companies that have the pricing power to raise their prices when inflation hits and then pass that profit to me, the shareholder. Look for the dividend aristocrats, companies that have raised their payouts for 25 years or more. These are the soldiers that go to war for you. Even if the market goes sideways, you're still getting paid. That dividend is your safety net. If you're sitting in cash, you're getting zero. If you're in quality dividend stocks, you're getting paid to wait. That's how you build an empire. 3. Gold and digital gold, the insurance policy. Next, let's talk about insurance. I've always kept 5% of my portfolio in gold. Why? Because gold has been the ultimate hedge for 5,000 years. It doesn't have a CEO, it doesn't have a balance sheet, and it can't be printed into oblivion by a central bank. But in 2026, the game has changed. We now have digital gold, Bitcoin. I've embraced it because it's a technological breakthrough in the storage of value. It's scarce, it's global, and it's decentralized. Am I telling you to put all your money in Bitcoin? No, that would be insane. But having a 5% allocation as a hedge against the devaluation of the dollar, that's just smart diversification. Cash is being printed by the trillions. Gold and Bitcoin cannot be. You do the math. 4. Real estate, only if the math works. I know, I just told you not to buy houses in certain states, but real estate as an asset class, specifically cash-flowing commercial or multifamily and tax-friendly states, is a powerhouse. Why? Because when prices go up, rents go up. Real estate is a hard asset. It is a physical hedge against a falling currency. In 2026, I'm looking at data centers, I'm looking at warehouses for logistics, and I'm looking at residential units in states like Florida and Texas. Don't buy a trophy property, buy a utility, buy something that people need to use. If you can lock in a fixed-rate mortgage while the value of the dollar drops, you are winning. You're paying back the bank with cheaper dollars in the future while your asset value climbs. That's how the big boys play the game. 5. Private credit and high-yield opportunities. Finally, you need to look where the banks are hiding: private credit. Banks have become terrified to lend. That has opened a massive opportunity for private investors to step in and lend money to mid-market companies at interest rates that are frankly delicious. We're talking 10%, 12%, even 15% yields. In 2026, being the lender is a lot better than being the depositor. When you deposit money in a bank, they lend it out and keep the profit. Why give them the spread? Find a way to get into private credit funds. Let your money be the engine for someone else's business growth and take your cut off the top. Conclusion: the choice is yours. Look, the world is changing faster than ever. The old rules of save your money in a bank and you'll be fine are dead. Those rules were written for a different era. In 2026, if you are passive, you are a target. You have to be a predator in this market. You have to hunt for yield. You have to protect your soldiers. Cash is a trap.
It feels comfortable, but it's a velvet-lined coffin for your wealth. Diversify. Get into dividend-paying equities. Hold some gold. Look at high-yield private credit. And for heaven's sake, stop letting the bank use your money to get rich while they pay you peanuts. Get your money out of the sidelines and back into the game. Your future self will either thank you for the courage you show today or curse you for the fear that kept you in cash. The choice is yours. Now, get to work.